and we can start. So now I'm live. So now I'm just gonna. At least Buster can watch it on the stream as well too. Actually.
Where's your camera, Tim?
I don't have camera on.
Don't tell it on.
No.
He does sometimes, but I don't know why it's not turned on now.
Where's your camera now?
No.
I'm trying to do this, Stephen. I'm pretty busy. Everyone can hear what we're saying, you know.
No, they can't. It's only him.
Yeah, but this is on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put this link.
See? You hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm
you.
just gonna put this link.
See? You hear me now?
Yes, you.
See? I heard your
it's
voice.
echoing.
You're live.
Yeah, there we go. Now I will post this in here. There. And then I will post this here for Brenton, Victor, Sajeev, then I will put that in the Twitter. I'll put on the Twitter as well too. Can work so people know. AFL fantasy. There we go. And then that's that there. And
You hear me?
the drinks
You hear
on the
me
silent.
coughing and spurting everything?
Yeah, I can hear you talking. That's fine. People cough. That's all right. And you don't need to go to the toilet, do you? You've gone to the toilet already.
No, I'm here.
Yeah, and then you've been to the toilet. They've got all the Pope stuff on TV at the moment. Did you see that? You know the Pope stuff? He passed away today. Did you know that? Tim?
Tim.
You there? Oh no, he's left. What happened? We'll try and get him on it in a minute. What's going on here? We just lost him. He was on it a second ago. What's going on here? Where did he go? Where's Tim gone? Oh. All right, now let me start. I'll start and we'll wait for him. Where did you go, Tim? All right. Anyway, let's try and start anyway. Now, at the moment, they've still got the Pope stuff on at the moment at the TV, so that he's passed away at the moment today, which is a bit sad. So, condolences to the Pope and Pope Francis as well. 88 years old he was. All right, now I'm just trying to set up everything, setting up my taping the footy classified as well too. I watched that one as well too, but. Hopefully we all having a good week, had a good weekend, good Easter weekend, however you celebrate it with your family, friends, footy, church. I went to a church picnic, went to see the family and that, so it wasn't too bad. But hopefully you guys are all right and having a good weekend. Now, I'm gonna leave that on this channel until Footy Classified comes on, and then that way I can take that. All right. Now, what was I gonna say? Yes. So our weekend, how did our weekend go? It was a lot of late outs and subs, wasn't there, for Dream Team? Now I'm gonna talk about the fixturing as well too. We got 3 people joined in. Welcome aboard. You can also comment as well below. We also have Timba, but he seemed to have dropped out, so I don't know what's happened to Tim. Maybe his internet or his connection is a bit dodgy tonight, but he's always on our podcast as well too. So I usually do a podcast for our fantasy, and then I also do a podcast for our Brisbane Lions as well too. So a couple of different ones that we do, which is quite fun and quite enjoyable as well too. Obviously, the first few minutes of this, obviously, we'll get setting up a few things, sending the links in as well too for everything. All right, now let's go through our teams and what we got. My super coach and my real dream team did all right this week. My real dream team, well, I've moved up to top 400 at the moment. If you do real dream team, let me know. There's about just under 10,000 people that do that, so it's not too bad. I seem to be doing a lot better than I am with compared to fantasy. Funny because fantasy got about 7 injuries, so it's not as good. But real dream team sitting 400th, and we got Tim back as well too, as we just made him to the stage as well. And also super coach, I'm doing all right there as well. Top 5,000 in that one at the moment, but
Hello.
fantasy not doing going too good. Tim, are you there? Back? You're back, Tim?
Hello.
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear
Hello.
me?
Hello.
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yep, you're coming through loud and clear. I can hear you. You're fine. Can you hear me?
Can you hear my voice?
Yes, I can hear your voice. I'll message you, let you know that I can hear your voice. I can hear your voice. Can you hear me? My voice?
I got blocked from the site.
I can hear your voice. Well, there's no way you got blocked because I haven't removed you from it. So, that's strange. Kai has asked, "Who are your ins and outs for this week?" Tim.
Can we
So let's
start
go
again?
through. What's that?
Can we start again?
How do you mean start again?
Well, you were talking while I thought you've been waiting.
All I did was nothing. I just spoke about how my real dream team super coach is doing better than my fantasy. That's all I did. I didn't really talk about much. So don't stress. I didn't really say too much. I was just stalling and talking slow so you can come back on the screen. So that was all good. But the question
Stalling.
here is from what's that?
Stalling, what does
The
it mean?
Stolen was just waiting for you to come back onto the stream. Kai has asked, who are your ins and outs for this week? So why don't we go through our negative threes, our plus threes, and then we can work out who we traded in this week and who we're going to trade out for next
Well,
week.
normally you put teams on.
What's that?
Normally you assign the teams, what we've done.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, good idea. Let me do that. Let me get into AFL fantasy and do that. Who was your plus three this week then? Or who was your plus three?
Wiley Sanders, I guess.
And you were telling me you wanted to trade him out, didn't you?
Well, yesterday me and you had that stupid Cleary on field.
Oh, yeah, well, that would be our negative three. But what's your positive three, plus three? Yeah, you got Sanders, is it? Who else? Anyone else that did well for you?
Bought in Dacos for the week.
Dacos, yeah, that's right, because it didn't show you getting Dacos, but it did later on in the week. Let me have a look
And
at.
what happened to Brisbane on the weekend?
Well, what happened to Geelong when we beat you the other week? Didn't talk about that, did we? We forgot about that, didn't we?
Well, what happened to Brisbane? Did they fall off the cliff or they?
Yeah, guess what? We went from all the way from first, and then we moved all the way down to second. That was a big drop. Can't believe it. We definitely fell off the cliff, didn't we?
Oh.
Well, a lot of upsets this week, and it kind of
Are
helped.
you embarrassed, are you?
Well, do you know what? Listen to the podcast last week. and listen to the podcast I did on Thursday with Brisbane Lions, and I tipped Collingwood. So I'm not surprised. Collingwood in 2023, when Collingwood won the premiership, Brisbane Lions beat them twice in the season. This year, or last year, sorry, Brisbane won the premiership and Collingwood won twice in the season. They beat Brisbane, and they beat Brisbane this week. So I wonder if that trend's going to continue on. That'd be not too bad. Yeah, but that was an interesting passage of play with the Geelong in the last couple of minutes when the guy ran straight through 2 tackles, didn't dispose of the ball, and got away with it. Oh, you've been nervous then today.
Yeah, why didn't you break the TV?
Ah,
Oh, that
well,
Mano goal, jeez. I was up about there.
well. Do you know what? It kind of reminded me last year because I was at the prelim last year. There was 93,000 people there last year, and when your Geelong player got it in front with 2 minutes to go, the whole crowd erupted. It was so loud, and then we somehow brought it back and kicked the last 2 goals. But that goal that brought you up, it was really loud. It was like louder like that today.
Yeah,
88,000 there was there.
89.8.
Yep. All right, now let's have a look at your +3. So you said it was who? Sanders.
Well, you can go up top and check your live scores. Remember what we did last week?
Oh yeah, here you go. Look, Sanders. So he's got a break even of 38 this week. You're gonna trade him out, but he's doing all right now. That's all right.
No,
130.
remember, go up. Remember what you did last week?
Go up.
Yeah, rounds. You click that.
Yeah, all right, there we are. And look who you had on the field.
Yeah, idiot.
Cleary. That was the worst trade ever. I wanted Cochrane in my team. You laughed at his name and you made me worried about getting him, and then so I got in Cleary instead, and he sputtered up, and I had him on the field as well. So he's probably
How am
my
I
negative
going?
three.
How am I going in your Dream Team Open League? What's my ranking like?
Look at that, 206 at the moment. Look, you're 100 away from the hat. Imagine you winning the hat this year. Far out, that'd be crazy.
Mm,
See, you're you should be given all the you should be the AFL fantasy guru, and I'm the Real Dream Team Supercoach guru. I think you don't do
but
Real
there's no,
Dream Team.
but there's no gurus in fantasy, you know.
Yeah, true. Only Cleary's the guru.
Only sniper guru for me.
And you had Dacos vice captain, so that was pretty good. Dawson did all right on 23 for you. That's not too bad.
Or maybe
Um,
Sullivan gets his -3, I think.
yeah, Sullivan, yeah, 22. That's what Toby Green got last year, 22.
What do you think about the team overall?
Um, Not bad actually. Guess who was my -3 as well? Toby Green, 45. He scored 45. Rubbish.
What
My
else
plus
did you?
three was my +3 is probably Anderson for captain. Got 110. He stood up, and I got Rivers. He stood up as well. 122 in my back line, which is pretty good. You don't have trainer, so that was lucky. But you did this silly thing. You did two emergencies. See, Reed and Stone. So you got stuck with Reed there.
I would have had more points if I had Davis and Stone on field.
Yep,
I would
yep,
have been maybe top 100, maybe.
yep, exactly. All right. So and our tips were pretty shocking, weren't they?
I got 5 out of 9.
I got like 4. So you beat me. I did horrible. Don't think I've
Yeah,
got less. This is the first time I've gone less than 5 for ever.
Well, what do you think I should do with the team then?
Well, why don't we go through the teams? Why don't we go through the games coming up, and then we can figure out what we're going to do with our trades. So for first game is Thursday night. Let's have a quick not much time in between weeks, but first game is Melbourne versus Tigers. Who are you going to tip in that one? Oh, hang on, here we go. Jacob has joined in. Oh, sweet. I was actually just talking to Jacob just a minute ago too, by the way. He was talking about his ruck thing because he's asking to go from Tom DeConing back up to Gorn. The only thing that was just a bit of a worry for me is because he plays first game. You don't want to be stuck first game, but he did say he was one of the ones that actually traded. He said he traded. Who did he trade? Zeri to Gorn. Sorry, Zeri to Briggs. He said so. I see what you mean. It does be a bit painful, that's for sure, because I find the rucks are more set and forget because you can sort of build your team around. But yeah, it's hard because I've had Gorn and Zeri all year, and I if I had no issues, I would probably almost do the same thing. But they both have had about 3 weeks with no tons, so I could see why you did want to jump off as well too. Jacob has said his +3 was Nakis vice captain, so same as you, Tim. You had Dacos vice captain, half his midfield scoring a ton, which is good, and then -3 for everyone else. That's his -3s. Yeah, it's for Jacob, by the way. Can you see these comments, by the way, Tim? Or
Nah.
all right, so if I'm talking about these comments, it's just because I can see them pop up on my stream. I don't know why you can't see them. All right.
I
Now,
can't chat in him.
what's that?
I can't see him. I can't
If
see
you
you. When I see the comments, I can't see you.
Oh, true. Yeah, but you can see me and the team, can't you? Your team should be on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So our first game this week is the Thursday game. It's going to be annoying because I'm working on Thursday and this game is on a Thursday. Frustrating. I got to do a meeting. But Melbourne versus the Tigers. Who are you going to tip in this game?
Well, I've got a funeral this week, so I probably won't be going.
Oh, what day is your? That's sorry to hear. What day you're going there?
Thursday.
Oh, hopefully everything goes all right and you can remember the person and just know that just remember the memories that you have with them and hopefully that goes well. Who are you going to tip in this game?
Well, everyone's getting Petrarca in this week, so is if you got like rookies need fixing up on the bench, you can fix them up first before you get Petrarca and get him
Yeah,
this week.
that's a good point because like Melbourne does play first game, so we saw this weekend we had 3 subs. We had Gross, Hooley, and Trainer were quite popular, and you kind of don't want to get stuck using your trade in the first game. That makes it pretty tricky, doesn't it? Because
Yeah.
you might get stuck with another sub. Um, but I had a look at Petraka's average versus Richmond. He averages 81 versus Tigers with only 3 tons out of 10 games, which is kind of surprising. Oliver averages 101.7 versus Tigers, 6 of 9 tons. Taranto averages 108 versus Melbourne, 4 out of 8 tons. But here's the big stat here for those that do have Gorn. Gorn averages 110.9 versus the Tigers. 9 of the last 10 games has been tons, and we know that Nang does like to give up points to opposition rucks too. So,
Who's got
yeah,
gone?
what's that?
Who's got gone? I have.
I do. I have. You got Gorn, don't you?
Yeah, and English is the other Ruckman.
Yeah, I've got Zeri's my other ruckman. Oh yeah,
if
see,
if Jacob wants to ruckman, he should go to Flynn. He got 96 on the weekend.
oh, but Flynn plays for West Coast and he's only played 2 games this year. Do you reckon? What do you think of his job security? Who's that guy that went injured? Was there an Eagles ruckman that got injured? Is that why he come back in, or?
Essendon.
Yeah, he got injured as well, but I noticed that Eagles. He's only played 2 games for Eagles. Flynn. Why wasn't he playing in the other games? Do you know, or was he injured? Was he, or?
No idea.
Yeah,
Not West Coast.
Draper got injured. Oh, yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that was in the Eagles game, Eagles and West Coast game. So Draper, he ended up getting injured, so he's out. Now it looks like Goldstein will probably have to come back in because Brian's also out injured. So yeah, that means in draft, or if you're doing your if you want to cheat ruckman, but yeah, I don't really want to get Goldie, but Goldie probably be a bit of a shout because 36 though, he's getting a bit old, isn't he?
Well, look at those ruckman there. Gordon English got 500.
Yeah. What So who do you reckon out of the Melbourne Tigers game? Who do you reckon are your trade targets, or who do you reckon people could get in? I know it's the first game, but who do you reckon can they get in that game?
Probably Petrarca if you want him. Toronto maybe.
Yep. Melbourne does have a good draw. They go Richmond and then they go Eagles back to back. So good chance to get some points as well.
Yeah, but it's hard to get Petrarca when you got rookies on the bench not making money, like Sullivan, Moez, Kako.
And your favourite Cleary.
Would you
At least
fix? Would you fix your rookies up, or you just go Petrarca? What would you
well,
do?
what you could do, Max Holl's pretty much maxed out in price now. Also, the other rookie that's sort of almost maxed out, like a big rookie, Wicks or someone like that, you could downgrade one, upgrade the other, and then that could get you to Petrarca. But now looking at his, oh, it's the only thing that concerns me this week is obviously last week we saw 3 common players all got subbed. That's my only concern because you don't want to be stuck with one of them on the field or um, not being able to change your trade around. That's the only thing. Like that's the only thing that worries me. But you can, I would say, suggest downgrade one, upgrade the other. So put a rookie down and then one up. Maybe your five
Or
hundred thousand dollar rookie.
what do you just double downgrade, get the cash this rate and upgrade next week?
Depends if what your team needs. Like if your team needs a primo, then you can do that. Um,
What do if you're looking at my team now, right? So what
yeah,
do
I'm
you
looking at
think?
your team. Jacob also just asked a similar question to you, which you're about to ask as well. He says, talking about Hole, who do I go to if I'm trading him? So now, good question. Just as what would you suggest, Tim? What would your suggestion be?
Is he after forward or mid?
Good question. You c- the good thing about Max Hole, you can put him in the utility spot, trade him to a defender, or you can put him to a midfielder or a forward. So he's quite durable. You can get in like you can either upgrade him to say like a depending on how much cash you have. If you downgrade one other player, like maybe like a Sullivan or someone like that, you can get an extra 100,000 on top of that. Then you can put into like maybe like a primo forward because there's a lot of new DPP players as well too. So um, you can put like a primo forward. If you need an extra midfielder, you could probably do a midfield. In my case, at the moment, my midfield is stacked at the moment. Callahan's my mid 7 at the moment, so I'm looking to upgrade Hall to a forward. What about you, Tim? If you had Hall, who would you trade him to?
Well, I don't have him now.
who did
um,
you who did you have? Well, who did you trade him to?
Cleary.
Oh no. Oh, that's what. Oh, bugger. That's a bad. Oh no. Well, in hindsight, that's actually quite a good trade because you would have made a lot of money and he was making money and whole. Yeah. So don't worry. I traded in. Who did I trade in? I traded in Lindsay and he got a 12. So I think my worst trade beats your worst trade. So I think your trade is actually a lot better than my one. My Lindsay was terrible. He got 12 and got the ACL, but it can't be helped. Everyone gets injured. So unfortunately. Um, Either way, oh, Jacob says, either way, I have the money to get anyone. I wish either position. All right. So Jacob's saying he can get someone from either position. So we can have a look at the lower priced midfielders that have what sort of some midfielders do you reckon that we can look at getting maybe?
Do it on your screen. Change it on the screen.
All right. I'm going to do that. How do I do this? Stat center, is it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's have a look.
Coach's choice.
Oh, coach. Oh, we can see who's. Yeah, oh, I see. Yeah, that shows you who's getting in and who's out. Oh, shivers. Coach's
What are you
choice.
doing?
I'm pressing buttons. uh, all right. What on earth is this? Look at this. 6,000 have traded in Tunstall. You got to be kidding me. Really? Why are they trading him in for? You got to
Why?
be
Is he
kidding.
not good?
Oh, I'm a Lions supporter. He's played in 4 seasons. He's played 10 games. And we've got 2 players coming back next week. So I'm surprised that there's 6,000 people trading him in.
I
That's
was after
crazy.
getting him.
What's that?
I was after getting him, but would you
Yeah,
say no then?
yeah, no. I he's he's our little scapegoat. Like he played 1 game. Like last year, he played 2 games. The year before, he played 3 games, and the year before that, he played 4 games in his So he's played 10 games all up in his career. So um, yeah, and we
What
got
other forwards is there?
Dodie and Loman coming back, so I don't think he's going to play much. He did have a good game, okay, on the weekend. I'll give him that, but Chris Fagan does love his favourites, that's for sure. What were you
What other
saying? Sorry.
forwards is there to have?
Oh yeah. There's well, day cost 3,000 people traded him in. Carroll 3,000 gone. Wow, 2,000's traded him in. That's interesting.
Any other
Petraka
forwards? Lucky forwards?
1.4k. Will White. Oh, Carroll, he's pretty cheap. 2.9k. White's a forward. 1.2k. Ned Long, people trading him in. Whitfield, Martin, a forward. Oh, this one's interesting. Oh, good question. By the way, Brenton asked as well too. Earlier, he asked a question about how do I move up here? All right. He asked about Kasai Pickett. Now, Kasai Pickett's got a break in of 39. He's been scoring 118, 3 scores of 87, 99, 118. He's about $200,000. He's about 100,000 cheaper than Petraka. He's been getting a few midfield minutes as well, and he's got West Coast Richmond coming up. What do you think about him, Tim?
No idea. Hmm.
Um, Jacob says 6,000 trading in a 1 week experiment before the best 22 Lions come back. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, that it kind of cracked me up looking at how many people are trading him in. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
So
Like,
what lucky forwards is there to have? We can check on there.
uh, Will White, he's played how many games? He's played. He's played 3 games, 45, 69, 72. The only thing that concerns me is Carlton are not doing that well this year, and they do have a few scapegoats as well. They change their team a lot around. That's why I haven't been bothered to trade out Camporelli. I still got him, but he's got a break in negative 11, 364k. He's a bit more expensive, but he can make money still.
Remember, you can go up top for a minute. I don't know, sneaky way. Keep going.
Yeah.
Now go
Oh,
to
our positions forward.
yeah, forwards and prices.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Oh, maybe I'll do 300,000 because there's not many good ones there. 300,000. See, yeah, White, Cleary, Spargo, Reed, Kako.
Cleary.
Kako, 615 are trading him out. Oh, let's see. We've got to look at who's getting traded out. Draper, closely. And who's trading in? Will White's the most common with 1.2k traded in.
In.
Yeah, in. Pickett is honestly a great pod pick for cash gen. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Like this is what Jacob said, by the way. So yeah, I had a look at him last week as well too, and the only thing that stuffed my trade plans up was I was going to get Gross in, then I was going to get Hawley in. They're both sub, and then Trainer was sub. So I had to fix up, and I ended up getting Anderson. But if I didn't get Anderson, I would have got Pickett as well because Pickett, yeah, I like my pods, and Pickett is quite unique. How many people have him now? Let's have a look.
And Cleary. You got Cleary, remember? Huh.
Oh yeah, I do have Cleary. That rubbish pick that was. That's
There's the guy there.
Pickett. How many ownership now? He's got 1.5% ownership. Petraka is owned by 11%, and Martin, he's owned by 5%. Martin's, but yeah, I say Pickett's the most unique one out of those. That's pretty good. Now, talking about our next, what's that?
What rookie forwards would you suggest getting then?
I'm thinking about White, but he's pretty expensive. And before last week, I would have
What about Corey Durden? He's cheap.
Durden. How much is he? Let's have a look. Durden. He is no, he's 420. That's a lot. That's even higher. Carroll's cheap, but he's a defender, isn't he? Not Carroll. Oh, that's why I can't see him. Carroll. He is cheaper. He's 300,000. He's played 2 games. So you could do like a little utility trade there. Now, let's talk about the next game. That was just our first game. What was our tip? Melbourne or Tigers for that game, by the way?
Tigers.
Yeah, I'm going Melbourne. Back-to-back Melbourne tips. So I tipped Melbourne last week as well, and they beat Freo, which was I was good with that tip. Anzac Day. What's that?
Bloody hell.
Yeah, Anzac Day, game 2. Collingwood versus Essendon. What a surprise there. They always play on Anzac Day. So the stats in here, I've got Dacos averages 99.8 versus Essendon, 2 out of 5 tons. Merritt, my boy, averages 107.5 in his last 13 games. This is exciting, and you're yawning. This in his last 13 games, 11 tons and lowest of just 90. And Sidey, my favorite old-time player back in the day, he's a sneaky draft pick here. You can probably put him as a draft pick here. He averages 97.1 versus the Bombers, 12 tons across his career versus Bombers, and this is one of his more favorite teams he likes to play as well too. So that's a little sneaky draft option there. But I wouldn't put him in my classic. I had him in my classic for about 12 seasons. He was great as a good pod, but now Merritt seems to have overtaken him now for me. Who do you like in this game?
Neither.
You don't like anyone in this team, or anyone? What about players that people want to get in? Like any players do you think people can get in for this game?
Dacos probably.
Yep.
Who else is there?
Merritt.
Just Dacos better maybe.
Oh, another sneaky one that's doing quite well. I got in draft in free agents was actually Setterfield. He's got 100. He did all right. And Nick Martin now's got forward status. A few people are looking at him in the forward line. You. Do you think sounds like you don't like it sounds like you don't like Collingwood or Essendon the way you're in about it. Jacob has commented, Sidey has been really strong this year in fantasy, averages 91. Yeah, if he was averaging 100, I'll probably almost get him back in my classic. Like, yeah, he's my favorite. And the frustrating thing is he got the winning goal against Brisbane at the grand final too, and that was my favorite player from Collingwood. And man, if you almost broke your TV playing watching the game today, Tim, you should have seen me at the grand final when we lost.
Well, what have you done?
I was crying. I was pissed off. Me and Ash McGrath walked out together. We said a few words that we probably can't say on here. That we sort
What
of
effort?
we swore, yeah. And me and Ash, Ash McGrath from the Brisbane Lions, he played for Brisbane. Yeah, me and him walked out together, and we're just sort of like venting to each other and just trying to support each other. But yeah, that was what Sidey did to us. He's a great player, that's for sure. Um,
What would you
um,
do at home if you saw the grand final and lost?
probably wouldn't be. I probably wouldn't be at home. I'll probably at the grand final. Um, so yeah. Now enough about that rubbish. What that's yeah. You can any Brisbane supporters just when you get to this minute, just delete this minute. Don't listen to what I said. All right.
Why?
Because that's nightmares. All right. Now well, so Merritt's probably going to be my vice captain in this game. Who are you going to have Dacos vice captain in this game for you or?
Who?
Dacos, your midfielder.
Oh yeah, him. Yeah, probably.
You forgot about him.
I
Oh,
did. I can't see the team.
don't
I
know
keep
how.
forgetting.
I need to go back to your team. I don't know how anyone could forget about Dacos. He was everywhere against Brisbane. Um, there we are.
I thought you don't like Collingwood.
I don't like them at all. ABC fan here. Anyone but Collingwood. But don't worry, Collingwood fans don't like us. So we've got a big tradition against each other, that's for sure. All right, game 3. Fremantle versus Adelaide. Oh, who is your tip, by the way? Collingwood or Essendon?
Collingwood
Oh,
and
yeah.
Dacos for the medal.
Well, I tipped Collingwood last week and they won, and I'm gonna tip Collingwood again this week, and I reckon merit for the medal. Um, Game 3, Freo versus Adelaide. Adelaide are hard to score against. Brayshaw averages 93.4 with 4 ton out of 7 tons. Dawson averages 96.8 versus Dockers 3 out of 6 tons. So it's not really anyone stands out for captaincy in this game. But what players do you reckon you suggest to trade in for Freo Adelaide? Anyone that stands out to get in? Tim?
Probably Brayshaw. Sorry, thinking.
Oh, yeah, that's all right. I thought we lost you for a second.
No.
Yeah, Brayshaw, yeah, he's doing quite good actually. A bit expensive, isn't he? Yeah. Anyone, yeah, I suppose Sarong's been up and down as well too. He starts slow and finishes it rough. Rankin could go big since he's not getting a tag this week. Yeah, exactly. Freo don't seem to be tagging that much, and Amira seems to be injured in and out as well too, so that doesn't really help them. Yeah, so Rankin could go well, yeah, because he's playing down at Perth Stadium here in WA. The game's in Perth actually, so could get a good, nice, decent ground as well too. Get some goals as well too. Rankin's a funny one because he got that 50-point quarter the other week, didn't he? 50-point half or something like that. He came back like a wet sail. Who's your tip in that game? Fremantle or Adelaide, Tim?
Who pick first? You pick first.
I'm picking Adelaide. I just don't. The media over in WA talk up Freo so much. I just don't rate them at the moment because all they're beaten is Richmond and West Coast and that. So I think Adelaide for me. Who do you reckon?
Adelaide by 20 points.
Yep. All right. Game 4. This one, Bullstar team versus Reese's team. St Kilda versus the mighty Brisbane Lions. Reigning
Or the
premiers. All right.
shittiest team.
What's that?
No, that's for Collingwood last week.
Yeah, well, it was our first loss. We've won. We've only lost 3 games in 22 weeks, so I can't complain. Dunkley averages 92.8 versus the Saints, 4 tons out of 11. Neil averages 86.3 versus the Saints, 8 tons in his career, and Zorko averages 97.1 versus the Saints, 8 tons out of 15. Now, talking a bit about Zorko, people did get him at the start of the year, but I've had a lot of red flags about him because Doty and Coleman's
Talk
coming
about
back.
yawning too.
Yeah, Coleman and Doty's coming back. And so that's why I didn't get Zorko this year myself, but a few people did. And Fletcher now is playing Starcevic's role. So that also is extra points to Fletcher now. So I think that's another reason why it's all. What's that? I'm
boo.
I'm trying to give some information about Brisbane here, and you're booing. And and Zorko, as I say, Zorko needs to go for a ton this week, or he's out next week. Yeah, so this is what Jacob said. Yeah. To me, like when those players come back, with Coleman coming back, he only averages 82 with Coleman. He averages 110 without him. So the more closer him coming back, the worse Zorko will get, if that makes sense. So, and he doesn't look like him the last few weeks anyway, too. So he seems to be a bit angry man at the moment. So, um, but who do you like from this game, Tim? What players do you want to look out for in this game?
Well, you said Tunstall, but you said no to him. So,
Yeah, no, 6,000 people got him in. I still don't understand why, because 4 seasons he's played at Brisbane for average of 2 games per year, so it's not really that good, is it?
what about Sinclair from Saints?
Sinclair, what did he get? Did he go low? He had a low score this week, but he's after this. Well, besides this week, he's been doing quite well. He's been averaging 102, so he's been doing quite good this year as a defender, and he's got a mid status as well too, which is good.
I think we need to get
Jake,
some rookies in.
Yep, Jacob's had another question about this game. Honestly, is Zorko a trade out? I've been contemplating for 2 weeks now. Well, as a Brisbane supporter, I would trade him.
Sorry.
Whenever it gets to Brisbane, you yawn. I would trade Zorko myself if I had him, but but first of all, I'll fix up your injuries first, though. So I'd say Zorko trade him out for now would be a luxury trade, just because Coleman's still probably a week or 2 away. If Coleman was coming
I
back next
wouldn't.
week, then
I
I would have.
wouldn't.
What's that?
I wouldn't
Wouldn't what?
trade Zorko. He's a top 6 mid defender, so.
No, I don't think so because Zorko, he's only ever played defense last year when Coleman is out. So when Coleman comes back, he's their roles probably going to change a bit. So yeah, to me, it's hard because I'm a Brisbane supporter. So like, it's good when he does well, but just fantasy wise, he's a bit not the same as he was last year. If that makes sense. And he's 36 years old too, so he's not getting any younger either. But that's just my opinion. But I would fix up your main areas first. He's probably more like a luxury trade out. So
What's
as
my
they
areas in?
what's that? I was just talking to Jacob because he was commenting about asking about Zorko. Um, who are you going to tip, St Kilda or Brisbane in this game, Tim?
Where's it played at? I haven't seen nothing.
In Marvel. And a little stat last year, St Kilda pretty much beat everyone in the second half of the year at Marvel, but lost to Brisbane by 85 points. You were at that game.
Yeah, I was. Oh,
Yeah. You were twiddling your thumbs. You said you got bored.
yeah, probably Brisbane here.
Yeah, I'm tipping Brisbane in this one. Game 5. Port Adelaide versus North Melbourne. Rosie has not tonned versus North Melbourne across his 6 games, averaging 74.3. Sheasel only 2 games versus Port for average of 93 with 1 out of 2 tons there. Um, Now, Rosie obviously is now playing a different role. He's playing in defence now. So he'll be a sneaky pick. If you have a, say, like a cheap defender or like a rookie in defence, you could probably swing him to defence when he gets DPP, because surely he's going to get DPP after the last 3 weeks he's playing
Who's
defence.
that?
So
Who?
Rosie,
Oh,
yeah, who do you like from this game in the North Melbourne and Port Adelaide game? What players that you're looking out for in this game?
mm, Hornbag maybe, Cecil, maybe Cochran, and probably.
Really? You laughed me out of him last week, and now you're suggesting him. You got to be kidding me. Really? Oh, Cochrane. I wanted him last week.
Why
Oh,
didn't you do it?
because someone called Timba was on the phone laughing. Oh, ha, ha, this player's name. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, are you seriously going to get him? Ha, ha, ha. And I got Cleary instead. So, oh, that
Oh,
was funny. That was
well,
that was a funny comment. What's that?
people said this is a funny story. People told me and you to put Cleo on the field for someone better, or you don't want Cleary out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you asked Casey. You were blaming me, but Casey said Phil Cleary over someone else, and you thought I said that, but no, I was asking who do you reckon you're going to field, and then you fielded Cleary over Davidson. All right. So here we go. Jacob says not gonna get him back, but what about Zeri versus Sweet? All right. Let's have a look at Zeri's. I actually didn't look at Zeri's averages. Sorry, my bad. Let's have a look. Who are they playing? Port Adelaide, that's right. Tristan Zeri, let's have a look. Um, Zeri actually finally turned up last week, which is actually really good. He did quite well. He's playing Port Adelaide. He's only scored 1 game against them. Only played 1 game. Averages 120 because his only score against Port was last year at 120. He's only played 1 game against them, so that's not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad. I like, and no, I don't know if I'll put him captain though, like just because of his year so far. He's been a bit down in form. Um, it was been a bit of a hard watch to own Gorn and Sherry this year. This round was the first round they both tonned up. Gorn has about 3 games without tunning, and same with Zeri. So hopefully it'll be back to back hundreds this time though. Who are you going to pick, Port Adelaide or North Melbourne in this game, Tim?
Port, I think.
Yeah, I'm tipping Port on that one. GDRS versus Dogs. This is a really awkward one because GDRS are hard to score against. Bont averages 89.8
Sanders,
versus
Sanders, Sanders.
Yep, Bont averages 89.8 versus GDRS. Only 4 tons across his career of 16 games, so it's not a very good team he likes to play. Whitfield averages 107.8 versus Dogs, 11 tons of his 14 games. So those that do have Whitfield, I reckon Whitfield will outscore Bontempelli in this game because Bont, a lot of people are trying to get Bont back, but Bulldogs have a very unfriendly draw coming up. So I probably wouldn't. I'll just give him another week or so to see how he goes against the others. But What do you think in this game, Tim? What players do you reckon from Bulldogs or GWS? Your mate Sanders is in this game too, you know.
And Davison. Oh, Jesus Christ. If you were in my spot, what would you do with the team?
Well, I thought you were gonna trade Sanders. Lucky you didn't because Sanders come out with 130 last week. But I would probably look at Davidson's doing all right. He scored 84, so keep him for another week. I'll probably look at getting Moores out. You got Moores to get out. Zach Reed, he probably can go now. He's probably up to his break even now. Reed, Moores, however you pronounce it. O'Sullivan, Kako, one of those players you could probably trade out, I reckon.
Or just do double downgrade and upgrade next week.
Yep. Jacob mentioned a lot of people are actually getting Bont, but I see it being stupid. Bont is getting the tag this week. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree, especially with Toby Bedford there and due to rest, as I say, even not just Bulldogs, but against any team, due to rest are quite hard to score against, and that's why last week when Adelaide and due to rest played each other, I kind of passed on the captains because there's not really any standout captains in that game when due to rest games, I should say.
Yeah, all my doggy dogs, woof woofs, scored over 100.
Yep, they're gonna find a bit more trickier this week though against the rest though. So just be mindful that I don't think Sanders is gonna get 130 again this week, but if he does, that's amazing. Who are you gonna tip, GWS or Bulldogs in this one?
Well, Connor Stone is a good Giants rookie. He's going up again.
Yep, he had a couple of weeks where he stole, but then he going back up again, which is good. So it's good. Sometimes you have some rookies that maybe stole a little bit, but then they go back up again. So sometimes it might be better to hold another extra week. But for example, like Max Holt, he's probably it's time for him to go though, because he's gone even too much. So um, yeah. Who do you reckon, GWS or Dogs in this game?
Tough one.
I'm
What's the
gonna
weather
go.
like? What's
I'm
the
gonna
weather
go for
like?
GWS. Not sure what the level is gonna be like because it's a whole week away. Generally, I look at the weather at probably a few days beforehand, but I don't actually really look at the weather anyway because if you're only in cricket, if you don't do BBL Supercoach. I do BBL Supercoach in the cricket, and you got to look at the weather for that one. But oh yeah, I suppose you can look for the weather. That's a good point actually. You're a good point. Why did I say that? Um, yeah, because depending on if it's a wet game, they're going to have more tackles and it'll be harder to um, check. Jacob had just asked a question. What is Hall's break even? So Hall's break even is 52. So this is his price at the moment, 500, 1,000. Break even 52. So I'd say he's just on his maxed out. Although he has got a few 60s in the past, so probably could hold him a week if you really have to. But I'm kind of sick of him at the moment, so I'll trade him.
What's the league ladder like? Timber Cats?
You're smashing it. Let's go to league. You're smashing it.
Not really. Yeah.
Yeah, you're on top here. Look at that. 5-1. Yeah, an interesting name. Look at that. Stroking my dude. Oh, that's a very interesting name. Um, that's what I'm playing.
What?
Um,
What about Timber Cats and the Open
yeah,
League?
Timbercats. That's a good name.
Have
Now,
a look.
what was it? I'm tipping. Yeah, GWS. Who did you tip? GWS or Bulldogs? I didn't hear your tip.
Probably Bulldogs.
All right, now we moved over to the Sunday games. Gold Coast versus
You
Sydney.
can have a look at
My,
Timber Cats if you want.
my boy Anderson averages only 88.7, only one ton out of 6 games. Kind of should have realised that they're playing Sydney this week because watch out for James Jordan.
You can
What
have a look
plays?
at Timbercats if you want.
What? Oh, guess who's in this game? Wicks is in this game. Far out. What a spud. Wicks.
You can have a look at Timbercats if you want.
Yep, here I am, Timbercats.
No, the league.
That was just on the league there. There,
Not
that's the
mine.
league here. You're on top here.
That's yours. I mean, mine. The one with Steven in it.
Oh, I see. I have to go here.
Well, you've got
Let's
Steven
have,
this week.
oh, your league. Oh, I see what you mean.
Or
Where,
there's Sharks one too. So
which one are we looking at?
that one got Sharks. There you go. That one. There you go, Steven.
Oh, is this Steven's team?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Look at this. Let's have a look. So,
Twice.
yep. So, I'm versing your brother. So this is your brother's team here. All right, now let's get back to here. Um, question. Jacob has asked. Look for Noble to ton maybe. Yes. So Noble. That's what I was looking at too. So Noble, I was actually talking about him the other day. He's quite cheap, and he did well the other day. Let's have a look at his price here. John Noble. He is priced at 860. Oh, he's not cheap anymore. He's 63 break even, 113. He's been scoring quite well. Apart from this first week, got 66, but he's got 117, 82, 98, 113. So he's quite a decent one to look out for in this game. Who do you reckon you can look out for in this game, Tim?
Well, you got your Sydney guys, Ricks, Cleary.
Oh, yep, Wicks is Spud. Yep, what else? Anyone else had a probably good that to look out for, though?
Any good? I got no idea.
Who are you going to tip, Gold Coast or Sydney in this game?
Well, Vice, yeah, he's a good pick.
Yep. Bice, what's his break even now? Bice, break even of 5. Yep,
Jeez.
5. So he's still going to make money. He's probably going to be about $700,000 soon.
Look at that
Um,
moustache.
yep. I'm going to tip Sydney in this one. What do you reckon in this one?
Gold Coast for me.
Ooh. All right, this next one, game 8. This is Carlton versus Geelong. Walsh averages 99.2 versus the Cats, 4 out of 6 tons. So he does quite well against Geelong. And the one I was looking at this week, Newcombe, he did quite well against Geelong today. He got about 118, I believe. And that's quite a good
Boo.
score. So I find Geelong seem to give up a bit of points at times. So just got to watch out for that O'Connor. But he does quite, that the rest do, they do leak a bit of points, don't they, Tim?
No comment.
You're a Geelong fan. Shearer.
And if anyone got Myers, he's
Yeah.
concussed, so
And
needed to trade him
I'll,
out.
I'll tell you a funny story about what happened today. You know, in my draft keeper league, I've got Myers in my league. He got knocked out, and I had Amon versus Bailey Smith and Cameron, and Amon went berserk. He got everything. And do you know who else I got? Connor Nash, and he was the one that got Myers out. So two of my draft players knocked each other out. I couldn't believe it. Like, how would that ever happen? Has that happened to you, Tim, where two of your players knocked each other out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Nash is now gone out for 3 weeks, and Myers is out injured, probably out for a week as well. And they've buggered each other up, and they're both my team, both my
Well,
players in the draft.
Well, might look days and how they'd be walked off with someone.
I'm just looking at Chera against Geelong. So question mark Jacob has asked Chera. So Chera against Geelong, he's played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times for an average of 76.8. Hasn't got a ton yet. However, Chera's been playing a lot more better this season. He's had 1, 2, 3, 4 tons, and his lowest score is 83 this year. So um, and knowing Geelong how they do leak points at times, and you saw how well Newcombe did today, then that could, yeah. I probably wouldn't put in captain though. Like I'll just it probably like yeah. If you want to do a pod one, but what do you reckon, Tim, about Chera?
Well, he's doing well. I've got him, so
Yeah, and you're a Geelong
probably a
fan.
bit. It's probably a bit too late to get him now.
Yep.
$900,000.
How uh who you gonna tip in this one? I should say. Let's have a look at Chera. How much is he?
900.
Yep. 909. Yep. 76 break even. Still making cash. I got him in my Real Dream team and Super Coach. I don't have him in fantasy.
What's the best rookies to get from them?
Um, Carroll looks all right. He's pretty cheap, I guess.
Mm,
$314,000. And who's that White?
anyone lower than that? Anyone new to get
Tunstall,
the?
but he's that you can't get him.
No, anyone new debuted in this week? Like anyone?
Um, Probably have to work out throughout this week because usually this week they'll have like videos through who's gonna debut and that. So um oh
Well,
what's his name? Gallup. Wonder if he's gonna have a go. Surely. And also Dode, he'll probably come back as well too. Dode, he's played
what
2 games in the seconds. Yep.
about Boxy or Smiley? Will they play?
And Goldstein probably come back as well too. Um oh he has probably have to. Who you tipping by the way, Geelong or Carlton? I haven't heard your tip
Will
yet.
Will Boxy play or Smiley? They're pretty good rookies.
Yep. Boxill's from Saints, isn't he, that one?
Yeah, he's 230K.
Um I'm guessing you're gonna tip Geelong because you're a Geelong fan. I'll tip Geelong as well. Um, and
No,
the last game of the round is the Hawthorn versus West Coast. Newcombe averages 100.7 against West Coast, and he scored 1 out of 3 tons against West Coast. So Hawthorn got a bit of an easier game this week coming up against West Coast. Who do you like in this um, game?
well, I was thinking Gross.
And
Maybe
then,
Boy
oh yes,
Allen.
Gross is good. He did
Boy
get subbed
Allen's
though.
com-
That's the only thing.
Boy Allen's coming back.
Oh yes, by Allen. How much is he then? If he plays, he is 295k. Yeah, that's pretty cheap actually. Um, and your boy you talked about is Marek as well too. Marek,
Mm. Married or Merrick.
Marek, Maric. I'm also
Uh,
looking at Newcombe as well too. So I probably can't fit him in at the moment, but Newcombe's a nice, not bad one that should do well. He likes to tackle as well too. So let's have a look at his price now. He would have gone up. He was 900 last week. Newcombe. He's got a break even of 81. Look at that. Same score twice in a row. Look, 118, 118. That's pretty clever. 81 break even. Oh, he's almost $1 million. That's be expensive now. I didn't like his first 2 games, but since this one, he did all right. 142, 118, 118. It's not too bad.
Well, I'm not
Eagles.
going there again. I had him last year and spud.
Well, I had him the year before when he had a breakout year, and he was my best player. He made money and
What's Sanders'
did quite
break
well.
even, by the way?
58.
Sanders.
Yeah. Who you tipping, Hawthorn or West Coast?
I might go West Coast, that's say.
You got to be kidding me. Really?
Well, I think West Coast, but I reckon Hawthorn.
Yeah, well, I think you're a bit of a joke comment there, I should say. I'm tipping Hawthorn, but although if West Coast win, don't know, that'll be a upset of the century, that's for sure.
Well, if St Kilda win, that means no.
And
Well,
if Carlton win, they'll be like, oh no. Brenton won't stop talking to you now. Then if Carlton beat Geelong,
he beat
Jacob
me.
said if
I think he
what's
beat
that?
me in the draft. I think.
Yeah, he was trying to message you about that.
Who won
Jacob
it?
said if you're getting Newcomb, you're getting him for his next month. Yes. So let's have a look at his next month. Um, he's got Eagles, Richmond, Melbourne, Suns. So look at that. Those 4 should score well. Brisbane's a little tough and Collingwood a bit tough. But then Bulldogs and Adelaide finish off with a hard one with Adelaide. But this next 4 weeks, they should dominate. So I'm really looking at him actually. I might have to pass on Petraka and I might get Newcomb maybe.
How's it? Have a quick look at Crazy's draft for a minute. I want to see the ladder because I can't see the ladder on mine.
Oh yeah, here we go. I'm doing all right in all the drafts. Oh, it
Crazy,
makes
man.
me sign in. I have to sign in. No, silly thing.
What do you mean signing? Alright.
Yeah, I gotta log in. I, I'm not logging in at the moment. I'm just because if I log in, it's gonna show my password and email. I don't want to do that on the screen.
But
Um,
you already logged in.
no, not the draft side of things. I'm logged in on my classic side of things. Um, all right. Jacob has asked, hold to which midfielder? Um, question: hold to which midfielder? Who do you suggest? Tim, for you, what do you reckon for?
What
Um,
any mid or
yeah, any mid.
has he got Dacos?
He's got Dacos. His +3 was Dacos, so he had Dacos vice captain like you.
What's his team like? I don't
I'm not
know what
sure,
team.
but he's trying to work out who he's going to trade. I'm looking at the midfielders, and let's look at the trading ones. Let's have a look at who's the most traded in midfielder at the moment. Oh,
What? I can't see.
look who's. Oh, it's not showing. It's not even showing it. I'm on the wrong page. That's why it's not showing. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Oh, there we go.
What?
That's what's happened. Look at the
What?
midfielders and look the number one traded in person in the midfield is. Look. Ah,
He's a mid forward, you know.
yeah. True. That's true. I forget about Harry's a true PP. But all right, Dacos is the number one, but he's already got Dacos, so he can't get him. Christian Petrarca. Yeah, I want him, but it depends on your forward line. If you've got a good forward structure, then maybe look for a midfielder. Ned Longs can make some cash as well too. His break even is 33. He's pretty cheap.
How much is he?
He is 600,000.
Jesus.
But if you want a proper primo, don't get Bontempelli because he's got a bad month coming up. It's hard for him.
See,
But
Boxhill.
if you can get up to Newcomb, I'll suggest Newcomb if you don't have him already.
Why is everyone trading Sanders in?
629 people are trading him in now. They all traded him out last week, and now they're all trading him in this week.
Boxhill, look.
Oh, Hewitt. Hewitt's been doing all right this year as well too. I've noticed he's on a ton run. Look, he hasn't scored less than 100 yet this year. See, 101, 120, 116, 109, 121, 123. He's got Geelong, Adelaide, Saints, Sydney, GWS. I don't like this GWS game though. I don't like these two games. Sydney and GWS, they look pretty tough. So probably not him actually. But Newcomb's got a better month ahead, and he still relatively cheapish compared to the other big name ones.
Newcomb's too expensive.
Yeah. All right. Here's what Jacob has said. He's got Rosie, Brayshaw, Dacos, Clary Oliver, Chera, Will Ashcroft, and Lindsay. Yeah, I would probably upgrade Ashcroft maybe. Hole and Ashcroft could go. So he could probably Hole and What's Ashcroft things?
Well, you forgot someone's
115.
value.
Who's that?
They've got a good match up this week.
Who?
Toronto.
Who's Toronto playing?
Melbourne.
Oh yeah. Ah, silly me. He scored 120 last week against Suns. Oh, look at that. He's got Melbourne. He's got Hawthorns, a little bit tough, but then he's got West Coast and North and Essendon. These three are quite good as well. He's got GWS and then Sydney. So the last two, like Collingwood, Carlton, are pretty bad, these two. But Essendon, North Melbourne, Eagles, and Melbourne, the next 4 or 5 games looks pretty good, tasty for him. He is priced at 925,000, break even at 76. So, he plays Thursday night this week. So, I like trading. Thing I don't like trading Thursday games. The only thing I like to trade is if someone's injured, like a long-term injury, then you've got to trade him. Like that Scrimshaw had to trade out because he played first game, but we knew he was going to be out for a few weeks. So I had to trade him out then. But for example, if you don't have a long-term injury, I like trading the next day because teams don't get finalised until the Friday, and then obviously we had 3 subs. We had Gross, Hawley, and Trainer sub, and you can get caught out with that. But if you want to be ballsy, then Taranto can be pretty good. Like Tim suggested, that was a great suggestion, what Tim said. Or Newcomb. I reckon that one of those two, if you want a good proper midfielder. What do you reckon?
Dawson. Forgot about Dawson.
Dawson?
He's got good match against Dockers.
I don't even have Dawson. What's he getting? What's he doing? He's quite popular value though. I mean, popular own. 35,000 own him. Another thing is if you're getting midfielders, have a look at maybe some of pods as well too, because if you get vanilla team, it might be hard to climb the ranks as well.
Look at
he's got,
my
he's got
teams.
123.92, 118.85. He goes ton, no ton, ton, no ton. He's gone up, down, up, down. He's got Dockers this week, and he's got Carlton, Port Adelaide, Collingwood, West Coast. He's got Sydney as well, Brisbane and Hawth. Why is everyone playing Sydney? That's ridiculous.
Do you think my team's vanilla or just popular?
Let's have a look.
Any suggestions for my team or
All right.
Do you think double downgrade's better this week?
Let's have a look. You know what I'm looking at? Maybe thinking of trading as well. This guy here, short.
I,
He's got
I
68.
can't.
Oh, damn it! I see. I did it again. I'm on the wrong page. Hang on. Sorry, my bad. So all I've been so what I've been typing you didn't see. My bad. Shivers.
What?
All right, here I am. Try again. This is
I'm on
working
top,
real well.
man.
It's working real good, isn't it? Um, so I've been talking to myself, and no one could see what I was saying. All right. So Jaden Short. Here we go. Try again. He got 68 last week, and he's break even 98. He's owned by 40%. Um, I saw a couple of Richmond fans were saying that they don't rate him as much, but he does have Melbourne, Hawthorn, Eagles, North. So he does have these 3 out of 4 teams that are relatively easy. So, it's a tough one. The thing was, though, Gold Coast give up points to defenders a lot, I noticed the last few weeks. But look, he only got 68 last week, and he didn't do any kickouts. He probably took about 1 or 2 kickouts. Whereas Vlastone, he was the one that was doing it all, and he was doing intercepting and everything. So he's probably like a sneaky one for draft. Vlastone. Um. Yeah. Oh yeah. Looking at your team, that's right. Um. I can see your team now. Yep. Reed needs to probably go. His break even is what's his break even? 31. Oh, that's still low actually. Wow. I thought it'd be worse than that. Um. Moraes, he can go. Break even of 52. Yeah, he's probably done by now. Um, then you got Kako, he can go. The one I'm tempted to trade out is Ashcroft. He's
Yeah,
got a
but
break even of 47.
I think
But
we still make money.
you could probably hold on this week because of the St Kilda matchup. But if you had nothing to do, then I suppose you could. But yeah, I'll probably get rid of Reed, Moraes, O'Sullivan, or Kako. One of those 4 players, or maybe 2 of
Like
those 4 players. You could probably do one
like
down, one up.
a double downgrade.
Yeah. Well, you got $31,000 in the bank. That looks like so. Um, the rest of your team is fine. I can't see anything. No drummers. I traded
But
Roberts out to Anderson last week, and Roberts ended up almost going the same as Anderson anyway.
do you think it's strong or need fixing somewhere?
This one you probably need one more better forward down here. You could probably what you should do just put Davidson on the field instead of Cleary. That'll be better. That was crazy when Casey's said to put Cleary on the field. Oh dear. And then probably get you could probably get a defender up here.
Or maybe a double
Um,
downgrade, you reckon?
Maybe you can downgrade one, upgrade to a defender, or you can downgrade and upgrade to a forward. But if you have Davis on the field, your forward line should be good. Your mid should be good. You could almost loop Lindsay on the bench and see what he scores. Well, that's what I'm going to do because Campo might not have been named. But if you can do, but Lindsay should score well. Yeah, I'll probably aim to get a better defender around this area because at the moment you got Reed or Stone. So I could probably downgrade one of these, upgrade to a better defender. That's all. Because apart from that, like your midfield's good and your ruck's good, your forward's good as well too. So just this, maybe one more forward or one more defender. Does that make sense?
I need cash, you know.
Um. Oh. Did you hear? Oh, Jacob came up with a good suggestion as well too from you, by the way. He said Moraes down to Box Sul for Tim might not be bad. Boxall isn't far off a debut. So you could do that. What do you think, Tim?
That's different.
Yeah, Moraes, if you do that, he's 451k. You could probably get about $150,000 by doing that. So how much is Boxall then?
He's like a rookie. He's 230k.
Yep, 230k. Yeah, yeah. So you'll make $200,000 plus your 31. So you'll make almost like $250,000 almost doing that. So you could do that. That's a good idea. Hopefully Box still plays this week. If not, then you can use him as a red dot and you can loop him and that. Although St Kilda do play Saturday morning, so if you're doing a vice captain, I suggest maybe do it before that game if you want to do it. Actually, no, you got O'Connell as well. So you do have a red dot already. Hang on. Yeah, you got O'Connell. Sorry, you already got a red dot. You to loop. Oh, that's right. What we've got to talk about. Who are you thinking this week for your vice captain and captains? Who you're gonna put for your vice captain this week?
Well, Connor Stone. If Zach Reed gets like a 30 or 40, then I can put Connor Stone on the field.
Yep, you can loop. That's what you can do. You can see what Reed scores. If he scores, say, like 50 or above, keep that score, or 60, I should say. Get 60, keep that. If not, put Stone on the field. That's if you're not trading him. That could work. About vice captain, who are you gonna do vice captain? Dacos again, or
What do you do? Sullivan down and Moraes down? That will give me heaps of money, won't it?
yep. Yeah. And then you could, yeah. Do you want to? Are you doing double downgrade this week? Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah. What do you think about that?
It's up to you. What I like to do is find out what my vice captain will score. If I have a good captain score, I keep that score. Then I would do like the double downgrade. If your captain doesn't score well and you want to get a better captain score, then I usually somehow upgrade. But just depends. If you want to do a double ground grade, that sounds good. I like that option because really your team's pretty set. Like you only just need a person here and then the person down here, and then you're fine. Like you got pretty much a stacked team, so don't really have much to do this week, do you?
Well, if Tom Stewart gets a bit cheaper and I have enough money, I can just go Zach Reed to Stewart.
Yep, and you're currently sitting in top 200 anyway, so you should be teaching us. You're doing a lot better than I am, or a lot better than
How
anyone at the moment.
how am I going in your Open League?
You're doing what do you mean open league?
Your Dream Team Asylum League.
Oh, I think you'll be near the top. Let me have a look.
I've got no idea.
Let's have a look
I think
here.
I was 50th.
League.
Last time I checked.
You are. You're third. You're third out of 472. So you're currently third out of 472. So you're 206th overall. The leading person at the moment is Stuart, and he is overall 81st.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. So who's your vice captain this week then? Who's you going to go?
Probably Dacos.
And then your captain?
Interesting, isn't it?
What would, if your day cost fails, who would you go for captain?
It's either going to be probably Brace or Gorn.
Yep, I'm going to go for Merritt.
Well, actually, Gorn vice captain. If Gorn doesn't do well, probably be Dacos.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yep. Well, I'm gonna go either Merritt or Gorn as vice captain, and then my captain will be someone on else in my team.
So you're gonna get Petrarca or?
I think I'm gonna have to pass on him this week.
I
Yeah,
know
I'll
you
put
like Mr. Riggs. You like Riggs.
no.
What don't you like about him? His hair, his arms.
He gets 50 every week, and the one time he gets 75 is on my bench. So
He's a defender forward, you know.
yeah, I know he's on my bench and got 75.
You can put him on the field instead of
I mean,
Zach Reed.
I don't have Zach Reed.
Who's your defence then?
I've got my defense. I've got Sheasel, Short, Taylor, Rivers, Bice, Wicks, Stone, O'Connell.
Oh.
Yeah, I've never had Reed. I was kicking myself for not having Reed all year, and then he gets to 36 last week. So I was like, finally, he scored low, and I didn't get killed for once because he's been doing well this year, Reed. And then he just stopped with 36 on the weekend. I was like, oh, yes, I was kind of happy myself, but a lot of people were annoyed about him scoring low. And I had Pryor for 92, and my super coach was pretty crazy. Um, but yeah,
Well,
um, well,
I
it's
think this is a long podcast.
yes, about to wrap it up now because we've gone over time. We've gone a half an hour over time here. We're only supposed to be about 50 minutes, but now it's almost an hour and a half. So, um, yeah, hopefully everyone has a good weekend, a good week, I should say, leading up to it. If you have any questions, make sure you pop it down. Throughout the week, we'll also have our Brisbane Lions podcast. We also have a good function coming up for players one as well. So plenty of things to look forward to. Oh, pardon me. Didn't mean didn't mean to burp, but that was what Tim did. That's a big burp actually. All right. Um, Tim was burping before we came on here. Far out. And yeah. Hopefully your teams do well. Hopefully Geelong beat Carlton and Brisbane beat St Kilda. That'd be nice.
And
Hopefully
hopefully getting the top 100 this week.
yep, you get a hat. And in my real dream team, hopefully I'll stay up in the top couple of hundred there. And my super coach stay up there as well too. So all the best with all your teams. Um, and as I say, if you have any questions, make sure you pop it down as well too. Thanks for tuning in, everyone that's tuned in as well to watching. Good luck with your teams as well too. Good luck with your trades. Hopefully your captains score well, and hopefully get another ton as well too. Um, keep up the good work, and we'll be back again next week. Go Cats, go Lions, and hopefully a good week ahead. What do you think, Tim? Anything you want to finish off with?
That's all and good night.
Yep, perfect. Sounds good. Awesome. Good work, guys. Good luck to everyone. Uh, we went through every game. That was good. Awesome. Good work, guys. And go Cats, go Lions. All right, that's ended that